Barnabas Buttercup, the quirkiest accountant this side of Excel, was back at his kitchen table, once again staring down a mountain of bills. Despite his lucky find with Mrs. Periwinkle's peculiar money tree, financial freedom still felt a bit elusive, like trying to catch a squirrel with a coffee cup. Okay, so the money tree helped a little, but these bills, they're like bad movie sequels. They just keep coming, Barnabas muttered. How can they charge me twice for water? It's the same water. He flipped through his phone, scrolling past cat videos and motivational quotes, when an article popped up. 5 side gigs to boost your income fast, Barnabas sighed. Ah, yes, the infamous side gig, because apparently 1 job is no longer enough, and 2, well, that's just a starting point. He raised his cup of tea. Here's to the grind that never ends. Cheers. Barnabas was no stranger to weird coincidences. After all, he found a money tree in his neighbor's garden after tripping over a garden gnome. But today, he wasn't feeling lucky. He was feeling desperate. He needed something more than a coincidence. He needed a break. Gazing out the window, Barnabas wondered aloud, is there some secret side gig out there that doesn't involve selling my soul for minimum wage? As if on cue, a flyer smacked into his window as if hand-delivered by the wind itself. He peeled it off the glass. It read, "Delivering delights, earn extra income while bringing smiles." Barnabas stared at the flyer. Delights? What does that even mean? Am I a magician or something? With nothing better on the horizon, Barnabas signed up for Delivering Delights, which turned out to be a donut delivery service. Donut delivery? Really? Is this my calling now? Barnabas muttered as he slid into his car, armed with boxes of sugary snacks and an apron that read, "Delivering happiness, 1 donut at a time." The first order came in. It was across town, naturally. Great, because nothing says boost your income like burning half of it on gas, Barnabas said, rolling his eyes as he punched the address into his GPS. You know, I always thought I'd be delivering financial advice, not jelly-filled pastries. He hit traffic almost immediately. Cars were barely moving, and as he sat there, creeping along at the snail's pace, Barnabas began a running commentary. So this is it, huh? I've joined the modern gig economy. Is this the dream? A donut run? Next stop, the American dream with sprinkles. When he finally reached his destination, a grumpy man opened the door. "Donuts, huh?" the guy said, unimpressed. "Yes," Barnabas replied, holding the box like it was a trophy. "It's not exactly life-changing, but hey, who can resist a donut?" Chapter 4. Donut Payback. Barnabas stuck with Delivering Delights for a few weeks, and while the tips were decent, he was starting to realize the whole extra income fast thing wasn't exactly panning out. "Let's do the math," he muttered one night, exhausted from delivering sugary goods across town. "After gas and taxes, I'm basically paying to bring people donuts. Maybe I should just open my own bakery instead." But then, just when he thought this side gig grind was all for nothing, he got a surprise email. Apparently Barnabas had unknowingly been entered into a Top Delights Deliverer raffle, and he'd won a $500 gift card. He stared at the screen in disbelief. "I've won for delivering donuts. Well, that's ironic." Barnabas leaned back, a smirk forming on his face. Who knew? Delivering donuts is the new path to riches. Or at least a little bit of extra cash for a weekend splurge. Chapter 5. Small wins, big smiles. In the end, Barnabas didn't find life-changing wealth through donut delivery, but he did walk away with something more perspective. All right, so maybe donut delivery won't make me rich, but I got a few $100 and some free donuts, he said, driving home one evening. And you know what? Sometimes that's enough, because let's be real. Sometimes it's not about the money, it's about the small wins, the little surprises, and the fact that no matter what, at least you're never short on snacks. Side gigs, extra income ideas aren't always the magic solution they're hyped up to be, Barnabas says, addressing the camera with a wink. But you've got to take the wins where you can get them, right? Maybe it's a few $100, maybe it's free donuts. But hey, you never know where the grind will take you. What's your extra income story? Drop it in the comments. And remember, keep at it. You might just land yourself a sweet deal with or without the sprinkles. We've looked at the reality of side hustling because, let's face it, nothing screams "I've got my life together" like juggling 5 different tasks with a donut and coffee in one hand and pure panic in the other. From the delightful chaos of trying to squeeze 36 hours out of a 24-hour day, to that glorious moment when you realize you're spending more on breakfast than you're making, side hustling is truly an art form. Then there's the financial roller coaster. One day you're convinced you'll be a millionaire, and the next, you're eating ramen for the 4th night in a row. But here's the twist. With a solid time management plan, realistic financial goals, and the courage to laugh at your missteps, you can actually turn this circus into a thriving gig. And hey, even if you don't become a guru overnight, at least you'll have some epic stories to tell. Keep grinding, stay caffeinated, watch the sprinkles, and remember, don't forget to hype, like, subscribe, and share. You've got this, warriors!